the same as checkpoint. Checkpoint in QTP, what we did. Why did we do checkpoint? Can anyone tell me why did we do checkpoint? Can you tell me why did we do checkpoint? Anyone? Yep.
To see if the pages, same pages
Yeah.
have anyone displayed.
Yes, if to check whether the page is loaded, the right page is loaded, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, thank you. So now the same thing we are going to do it in LoadRunner also. We have the same options available in LoadRunner to check whether a specific page is loaded or not. Okay. So how do we do that? Let's see how to do that. Now, in order to do checkpoint, right, there are two ways again to do checkpoint. We'll do actions in the last. Actions we usually do, we usually work with actions after the entire script is completed, right? No more changes has to happen. That's when we will start working, we'll go to action. So finally what we will do, we will remove all the, we'll split all the scripts into different actions. That we'll do last, after we are completing the script. This is the same process you need to follow when you're working with the script also. Okay, action should be the last step. Then, so text check is again divided into two categories. One, you can do automatic, auto, or you can do manual. Give me a second, give me a second. Auto, and you can do manual. Again, auto is not recommended. Only manual is recommended. In manual only you have two ways. Manual. Again you have auto and manual. This, yes, these two are recommended, but this is not recommended. Let's see how to do auto correlation first. Sorry, auto text check first, and then we will see how to do manual text check. Now, in order to do auto check text check, right? First thing what I will do is, let me close this also, right? We don't need this. First what I'll do is, I'll go to my, say, let me open a new script, right? Before I record, I'll go to tools, recording options. In recording options, what I will do is, in the advanced, right? Remember guys, when we were talking about recording options, I told you to take this option out. Generate web reg find function for page titles. This is what it will generate automatically. If you enable this, it will generate automatically, and you will have n number of web reg finds. And is it really required? I don't think so. It's really required. We want to put, we always like to put text checks where I want to know that if this particular data comes, I know that page loaded. I don't want the script to automatically decide on that, right? It will decide on the page title. Might be two pages will have the same title, and then if that page didn't load, since the title is already there, it will pass it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I wanted to decide on each and every page. That's why I do this. Say, how do you do it? So let me open the raw script again. Open. I'll open the original script. Okay. Then what I will do, I'm going to save this on top of the delete. I don't want multiple files, so I'll rewrite on top of it. Okay. And I'm going to regenerate it, going and enabling that option. Say, imagine you would have recorded with that option. Okay. You see there is no text check here. Okay. Go. Regenerate. Now if you enable that option and generate the script or record the script, this is how it's going to come. You see, it's automatically putting a text check on every request. On every request. But is it the right one? Is it the right one that will decide that the page loaded? I don't know. So I don't want this issue of getting this auto-generated text checks here. No, I don't want it. So again, that's not recommended. See, recommended, not recommended by the, it's not, it's, they are, so the tool is, the LoadRunner is saying it's not recommended. No, it's not the LoadRunner that says they're not recommended. If the LoadRunner will not say that's not recommended because they are generating that particular functionality, right? But over a period of experience, we know which we have to use and which we should not use. That's why I'm saying we don't recommend this. On experience, we don't recommend this option. So how do you do that? So your first option of auto generation is gone. No, we don't use auto generation. We do manual. In manual, again, there are two ways to do it. One, automatically do it, or you go do it by by typing it. Let's see first how to do automatically, and then we'll see how to type it, right? Now, even though experienced people will still use, there are lot of people who still use the auto mode in when they are doing manually. So first, say for example, first this is my launch, insert order launch. So I'll click on this particular URL on the web, right? Web underscore function call, and I'll click on tree. Okay. Sometimes it goes and identifies that, sometimes it does not identify. If it doesn't identify, click on that first request. Now it is loaded this. You should always do work with the replay, not the recording. See, recording snapshot. No, I'll go and click on the replay snapshot. That's the last one. See, this is the replay snapshot. Here, you see which is good for you. Say example username, right? Username is good. So I'll right click on this. You can see the page, right? You're looking at the page and working. I'm going to say find for username, and I'll say add a text check web underscore reg underscore find. You see here, it's automatically saying that. Click on this. Now this window pops up. This window pops up. Here, you see here, this is how it is. Don't worry about it. This is how it is coming in the backend code. Backend code, it's coming like this. So don't worry about this. Well, the moment you select anything, it will take from the backend code. You don't need to worry that some space is coming here. Should I delete this space? No. Don't touch anything here. Whatever is in the backend, it will automatically pick up for you. Now, search for string type to start with. These are all end with. These are all options you don't need to use only. Hardly we use these two options. Always search with the text. It's easy to do that. Don't give a string to search for. It itself will delay your script execution. Search inside the body. Yes, it's inside the body. So search inside the body. Save count. I will tell you, we will talk about save count today as we are going in our script. Now currently just leave it as it is, blank, and say OK. Now if you go back to your script, you'll see that, you see here, they have generated this. Now don't go and remove all these. See, it's coming in the next line. Just leave it as it is. Don't change anything. Only thing I would want you guys to do when it's auto is copy this and put it outside the transaction. Now if you say example, you have two requests. Say example. Okay. You have another request. Say for this particular launch, there are two requests that are coming, and this particular thing that you searched for is in the second request. Second request. Don't go take this out and put it here. You can't help it because after this request goes, then this request goes, right? At that time only it will search. If you put it on top, it will go and search for the first request. So don't do that if it is in the middle. Only if it is on the top, which is below the start transaction, they can put it outside. So that time that it takes for it to go and search, we can avoid that time. Okay. So now I've removed that out. Let's run this. I'm going to put a breakpoint here. I'm going to run this. Let's see whether it checks. You see, it was able to identify. You see here, WebReg find successful for text, this particular text. Count equal to 1. We'll talk about the count when we are doing error handling. We'll talk about the count. Why do we need the count? So this is how we identify this. Say example, I'm going to give one. There is nothing called user one name, right? There's nothing like that. So how do you handle? So what will happen if you run this? It should fail. You see? It should fail. So this clearly indicates that this page has loaded or not. This clearly indicates that the page is loaded or not because that value did not appear in the page. Guys, you are able to understand this? Any questions here? Any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you explain again when we should take it and put it outside the transaction and when we shouldn't?
Okay.
I'm a little confused.
You got a little confused on that. Okay, fine. Give me 1 second. Let me do that.
Okay.
Now, say example, you have, see, when you are recording here, since it's a simple application, it has only one request per transaction, correct? You're getting me? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah? Don't unmute. I'm talking to you.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are getting, since it's a simple application, there is only one request per transaction.
One request per transaction. Okay. Huh.
Yeah, this is only one request, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So imagine you have 2 requests. Say example for launch only, there is 2 requests that goes for launch. Like this.
Okay.
When you're recording, the 2 requests comes like this.
Huh.
And then what will happen is when you go here, sometimes there won't be much data coming back for this. There will be all the data coming back for this.
Okay.
So when you are looking at the tree view, when you're looking at the tree view for that particular response, right? Replay response, you will see that more data coming up in the second request than in the first request.
Okay.
So you might have to go and select the second request for searching a specific value.
Okay.
Correct. At that time when you generate auto, it will go and sit, this request will go and get generated here. Because it's in the second request, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
At this point, you can't take and put it outside the transaction. Why? Because it runs sequential. The code runs sequential, line 1, 2, 3, 4. So when it runs sequential, first it will know, it knows that there is a data, there is a WebReg find. That means it has to check for a particular string in the application.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now it will go and start running this. Now when it runs this, the moment this function is called, the next request below that, the request that is the request that is below it is where the page appears.
Yeah.
Not like correlation where the data is getting generated, where the data is displayed, it might get generated 2 pages or 3 pages before it. But for text check, it is always below above the request. Text check.
Above the request. Okay.
Above the request. So for this request, this data will be fine.
Okay.
Now if I've taken put it above here, if I take this and put it above here, since you don't want it inside the transaction, what will happen is, the moment it knows that there is a text check, it will register the text check, and then what is the request coming below it? This is the request coming below it. Now this request, this is not there only.
It may not return that. Okay.
And it will fail.
Okay. Got it. So will this be the case for that login page where we are sending like username and password? No.
No, this is not for username and password. This is to validate if a page is loaded or not, right? I'm just seeing whether this page is, when I launch the application, this page is loaded.
Okay.
Then when I go log in, say example I'm logging in, how do you know that when the script is running, this page loaded? How do you know that?
We check for a particular text on the page.
We check particular text on the page. If that text comes, that means the page is fully loaded.
Correct.
That's what I'm doing. So now when I'm going to log in, I'll go to that particular request,
Okay.
click on the tree,
Mm-hmm.
go to server response.
No, we had to go to the other one,
Wait.
right?
That's not it got generated. Why it's not getting generated? You see, it's not getting generated. Script. What happened? Maybe let's do one thing. Let's run one iteration. Because what happened is I stopped the script here, right?
Oh, you put a breakpoint, okay.
Breakpoint and stop the script here. So the latest does not have this request response coming up.
Yeah, okay.
So when you're doing it, don't first you have to run step by step. What you will no other option, because if the latest old value only will be there.
Yeah.
So I'll run one full iteration. Okay, now the data will be there.
Mm.
This is a login, right? So I'll click here.
We
Go
have to
to
click
tree.
inside the transaction, right?
Yeah, no, click on the request. This is the request, right?
Oh, on the request, okay.
I just clicked on the request
Okay.
and then go to preview. See, it will automatically take you to that request.
Correct, okay.
Okay, and then click on the replay. It's loading the replay.
Okay.
Preview. Okay, fine. I'm going to take the recording snapshot itself.
Okay.
I'll say, okay, use the flight finder. Right click and say add to texting. Nothing I'm going to do. I'm just going to give okay.
Okay.
It's not wrong in using the recording snapshot, but the replay snapshot also is the same, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I use the recording snapshot. Here it is. I'll just take this.
Oh, it got generated inside the transaction.
Inside the transaction, so I'll take and put it outside the transaction since it's in the first request.
Okay.
Got it? So you'll do this for each and every request, each and every transaction. You will have one text check for each and every transaction.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah, got it. Okay, thanks.
Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? Yep.
So reporting the validation is a separate thing, is it?
Sorry?
Reporting what the validation, whatever we did, how we reported, that is separate, is it? Do we generate a report and send it to someone, whatever the validation we do?
No. No. This all we don't send. We only send the analysis report. The final report. Don't bother about the scripting, nothing. We're going to show them that we did this, we did.
Okay.
This is for our verification that the page loaded.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah. So the next what we are going to see here is every say example, I'm going to bring it out to the next line. Bring it this here. So I put it in one line. So for every request that we do, right, for this request, I'll go here, I'll go to my tree, I'll say select flight select your departure, add text, okay. The next what I'll do, I'll go to the next request, this one, loaded, please review your travel itinerary, I'll just say travel itinerary. Don't take a long text, okay? Travel itinerary. Okay. Next I'll go to this request, secure purchase. I'll say print a copy. Okay. And then finally log out. Say welcome back. So I did all the text checks now. After I finish all this, I'll go and move it outside my transaction. You don't need to do one, right? It saves a lot of time. Control X, take it outside the script. I'll just remove all these unwanted spaces. I don't need this. Okay. So departure. One. Done. Next, this one. Travel itinerary. That's it. So now I have all the things added up. Let me run one iteration and see. So that it's able to identify all the text checks. Perfect. It's able to identify all the text checks. Now, with the text check, we will be using our text checks for error handling. Say example, if this does not come, this fails. How do you put an error message in so that you understand that that particular line failed? So we will see that tomorrow on how to handle error messages in order to find out this. Use the text check and capture that value and use that for error handling. So error handling is of two types. One, you can check for the return code, that is your HTTP return code, as well as you can check for take the web edge find and use that for the error handling. So we are going to see both tomorrow. So tomorrow we have error handling and actions. So that will cover the complete scripting, and then we will start working on controller. So start working on execution. So tomorrow what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to work with controller, all the options in controller, how to run the script in controller, and the homework for tomorrow, the whole week would be, I would give you certain numbers and I want you guys to achieve those numbers using the controller. Okay. So